Alright guys, welcome back to the Marvel Snap video. We have the Masters of Arcane, the new season pass, which is going to be bringing out a bunch of new cards. And do remember, this will be or might be guaranteed the first actual season with the actual snap packs in the game. It's possible it does drop 1 month prior, but this is the latest the snap packs can actually drop here. And despite that, they still made spotlights for the cards, which yeah, we'll talk about that. So let's run through the new cards, all the new stuff coming in June, with July actually being teased a little bit down here, which is going to be what most people expected, a Fantastic Four season, bringing all the new Fantastic Fours, but in their first steps variants, and also Herbie, which is, yeah, looking forward towards that. Alright, first, Orion got changed. Anything like different. It's just now it's more worded a little better. I believe the way the first one was worded was it give the power before you play the card. So people expected when she came out for her to work with Brood or the Broodlings, but that doesn't work obviously. So you just kind of fix the text a little bit. Then we have Astral Projection. This is going to be... It might be a banished card. I'm not too sure. On reveal, copy the text of an on reveal card in your hand. Pretty weird though, right? I mean, if you get like a big like Doom box for like 3 power, it's kind of cool a little bit. It doesn't say banish this, which leads me to believe it stays on the board. So kind of like a targeted morph, but for your own hand, but only on reveals. There are a lot of banished cards in this actual update. Then we have Klee, 1/1. After this card permanently gains power, you're going to add the Flames of Faltine to your hand if it is in your hand or if it's in play. The Flames of Faltine is on reveal, afflict the enemy card to with -2 and banish it. So kind of a worse version of Winds of the Tomb. However, Winds of the Tomb, you're not guaranteed to draw it, where once you buff up the card, you're going to get it into your hand straight away. And you can do it more than once. And... It is a banish, so it's not going to stay on board, so you can spam them. But how expensive are they? I assume a 1 cost, right? Because -2 is like... You know, you might as well use Red Guardian if it's more than 2. It does have to permanently gain power, which there aren't that many cards out there that like give you a guarantee. I mean, unless you use like Gwenpool. And I mean, that's kind of the cool thing, right? You don't have to actually play the card. You can literally just leave it in your hand, use a Gwenpool, use whatever card that buffs up your hand a little bit, and you just get these buffs straight away, right? So, you know what? In that sense, it's kind of cool a little bit. You know, the fact you don't have to actually play the card to get the ability to work, that's kind of cool. Then we have DORMAMMU, which is going to be game start, begin a summoner ritual. You can kind of imagine it as like the Shoe Buddy Whoop song, when he just like starts summoning in the start of the game. That's what the intro is going to be a little bit. But yeah, begin a summoner ritual, add the first steps to your hand, which I think we do have it. I believe this is what it is, right? So on reveal, we don't know, these are banished cards, so I believe once you start the game, you're going to get your summoner ritual 1, and then you're not going to get summoner ritual 2 and 3 until you do the first ones in the actual order, right? So until you do 1, you can't do 2. Until you do 2, you can't do 3. So the first one is on reveal, merge the highest power destroy card with DORMAMMU, continue the ritual, banish this. So you have to destroy a card for this to work. Maybe you can still play the card and you just won't get the effect. But ideally, you want to destroy a card. Then you do this. Then I assume like Khonshu, it will then return to your hand. And then you do the Summoner Ritual 2. And then what this one's going to be is, on reveal, DORMAMMU steals 1 power from each other card here. Very much like Laufey, where you get your card affected and also their card affected. And once again, DORMAMMU is in your hand. You don't actually play the card because you're still 7 power. You don't have any chance to play him unless you cheat him out earlier. But you want to leave him in your hand, right? Because when you get towards your Summoner Ritual 3, you are then, when you play this actual card that is going to be banished on reveal, destroy 2 other cards here, and then summon DORMAMMU, which is going to seemingly play him for you, right? And bear in mind, you will have a bunch of power from stealing power from your cards here and their cards there, and you're also merging your highest power destroy cards. So despite him being a 710, he get upwards like 720. And we have to wait and see how cheap these actual summoner ritual cards are, if you can weave them in towards your play. And what else you could do in the final turn, because it does take around 3 turns to build up towards a card. And it's kind of cool because you don't have to actually draw the card, right? Like, you get the first steps in your hand straight away, but you don't get DORMAMMU, and then you can just play him straight away. You do the rituals, and then boom. So he could be the bottom of your deck, and you just summon him, which is kind of cool. Alright, so now will be a good time to talk about Merlin, because he's not actually in like the little leak things we got, and unless you actually outright search him up, which I need to get used to calling him because I'm so used to calling him she. So 2-3 at the start of each turn, add a Weasley incarnation to your hand. I assume you have to play the card, right? Like I doubt you just get it in your hand. maybe it's the case, but I assume you play the card, then afterwards you'll start getting your Weasley incarnations, which are these down here. So it can be random between the actual 3, but you could just get, what, 3 Omniversal Presents straight in a row. It's not guaranteed each one. But the first one is going to be, on reveal, the Omniversal Presence. Replace this location with a new one and give Merlin +2 power, which if you keep getting those, they'll be pretty good, right? Because then you can just buff them up like crazy. He'll get upwards like a 2-8 or 2-9. We're pretty sick. Then we have the Once and Future. On reveal, shuffle your lowest power of a card tier into your deck. Gain +2 energy next turn. Not the worst thing if you got like a really bad card. Maybe you have... It says, card right, so what if you have like another Omniversal, or if you had one of these actual cards in your hand and you don't actually use it, then you'll just shuffle the Omniversal Presence into your deck, gain +2 power, and not really lose much in terms of your actual cards, right? But you can draw again, and because you don't actually get a free draw, you're just putting stuff back into your hand. I don't know, it's kind of a give and take a little bit. Then we have the Polymorph, which is going to be transform your lowest power of a card here into one that costs 2 more. Pretty simple. 2 things, you might want to use it towards Merlin, because then he just turns to a 2-4, or at least 4 cost, right? However, you will lose his ability, so we'll have to wait and see. I think these, definitely the fun aspect. Is it going to be good, though? We'll wait and see, I don't know. Elixir has been changed. He was, to be honest, kind of broken. And bear in mind, he's meant to be a Series 4 card, so most likely going to be free, unless they change things how they work now, just adding more Series 4 cards into the game with the new snap pack. So before he was a 1-1. The next time one of your cards destroyed this turn, revive it here. And it was activated, so it's so much control over it. You can imagine playing Shuri, then Nimrod on turn 5 while activating this, which would then obviously summon the 2 other Nimrods in the other location, but also summon another Nimrod. And there's so much you can do with this one. Honestly, as someone that doesn't even use Destroy, I was actually looking forward towards this, right? Especially like a Deadpool. It can be kind of crazy, right? Just to get an instant kill, basically. Well, now they changed it. It's in a similar line, but probably likely a lot worse. 2-3 on reveal, so it's not activate. On reveal, one of your cards destroyed last turn gets revived here. In that same premise of what you want to do about reviving cards, but it is 1 turn later. But at least, I guess if you get on turn 6, you can play it and reverse a card. You know, it's I don't really use this for like that, so I don't know how that good that's going to be. Then we have Jennifer Kyle, or Kale. Activate. Next turn, you gain 1+ energy. Alright, then we have Morgan Le Fay. On reveal, return all of your destroy cards and also discard cards to your hand with 3+ power. Which, yeah, I'm not too sure how good it's going to be, because 3+ power is not a crazy. And when you have things like Hela, which can just resurrect every card anyway, granted it's different powers. And Khonshu is normally resurrecting a card on the final turn and giving like +12. It's another option. I'm once again not a crazy discard user, or even like, I mean, this destroy aspect to it, so maybe it's a bit different. Again, like a destroyed Venom back into your hand with extra 3+ power could be kind of decent. I don't know, not too sure. People have to pray cook this one. Then we have Nicholas Scratch, which is going to be after you play a skill, you are then going to gain +1 power. Bear in mind, it's not character, it's skill, so it'll be all these banished cards. So yeah, ideally, probably likely want to play him with the Merlin, because you're going to be getting 1 skill every single turn. Maybe go to Agamotto to play even more skills. You can get it pretty high, but is it worth doing all that stuff? Maybe. Then we have Nightmare, which might be a nightmare to play, because on reveal, replace the text of each card in your hand with that of a random card that costs the same amount. Why would you want to do that? I mean, I guess if you have like a 5/13 Agamotto, you transform that to an Iron Man. Obviously, it's RNG. It's like Pixie, but like super RNG, obviously. It's if you had, I don't know, it's one of those cards where like, okay, it'll be fun for like a video or 2, or like to try for the weekend. But I don't see it being meta, obviously. It's too much RNG. Yeah, we talked about these cards already. Then we have the ancient one. We're skipping over Tau because it's relevant towards this card here. Tau, 3/5, add Tau, or the ancient one is going to add Tau to your hand. And then what she is going to do is going to be your, on reveal, your character here, characters, so all of them, your characters here copies the text of one of your ongoing cards and is then going to banish this. So think of it as like images, but with ongoing cards, and it's cheaper. And they don't transform in towards the actual like power, I guess, of the card. So, for example, if you're like an Iron Man and I don't know, Human Torch, if you then play this card, the Human Torch and Angela are then gonna copy the text of your other ongoing card, which will obviously be Iron Man. And then now you have a triple Iron Man, but you keep their powers, which obviously images doesn't do. The images would only then transform all of the cards into the same thing. So there's a little bit of difference there, but also kind of works a little bit similar. So yeah, those are all of the new cards. Definitely looking more forward towards the season previously. So this will be coming out in June, so the season prior. And then also down here, like I just said early on, we do have the references towards the First Step, Human Torch, and other Fantastic Four members, which looks kind of cool. And like I did say, they have done spotlights for these cards. However, they did say by June 4th, the latest, we should have the snap pack. So this won't be a thing. And this is only a thing for one day. I'm not entirely too sure. But if anything, we're just going to look at the variants, because the variants should go into the snap packs. I believe so. I'm not actually too sure how the snap pack's actually going to work here. But Luna Snow looks kind of cool. She got better ones, actually, to be fair. Her original one's actually really good, too. The Asian one looks really cool. This is a little variant right here. Anti-Venom. Got the Doodle one. I love the Doodle ones already in game. It's a pretty weird Penny Parker. Looks like a bit like Neon Genesis, like the way it's like angled. But not my favorite one. Ultimate variant for Magic, and these are the new variants, which I think I gave it a look already. Nothing too crazy. I do like that Klee one. I think it's a Gwenpool. Yeah, this is really cool. The demon is getting a it's gonna be a bundle, which is gonna obviously change the demon, the token card. So that's kind of sick. Doctor Strange is kind of cool. I think it's through the season pass, so I'll probably get that for free anyway. Oh, the Gamora looks really good. Yeah, the Gwenpool I really like. Like, I'm a really do like Gwenpool on this channel, so anything is good of her, honestly. Then we have that Key Pride. That Key Pride looks sick. It is going to go to the general pool as well. Magic getting just so many more. Oh, the Malekith looks sick. I actually don't like how Malekith looks. This looks sick, though. Cool Mockingbird, but she already got some good ones. Morgan looks sick as well. This was, yeah, the Crave House Pocket. They did one with the $100 Nico variant. At least this one's not actually super expensive. Another good Nico as well. Pixie, they're getting more anime stuff coming out a little bit recently. Red Guard looks sick as well. Oh, Rescues looks hard, but no one's going to use her. Scream. If with the effects, that might be good. Celine, we do love Celine on this channel. That looks sick. Shadow King dripped out as well. Another good Asian one. Yeah, the Crave House Pocket is carried a little bit. So yeah, that's the hood. Honestly, I might buy that. If it's not too expensive. It shouldn't be because it's a Series 3 card, right? Oh, the wave looks hard as well. And you don't lose like a Mega Mind a little bit. Alright, so yeah, that is going to wrap up the video. I would say a little bit less excited for this actual update than, I guess, the previous two that we've seen. But definitely looking forward towards the next one being the Fantastic Four season. Maybe because there's no move cards in here. That's why I'm not looking forward to it. Who knows? But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Are you excited for these cards? Do any variant stand out? I'm not too sure. But yeah, they're cool. So guys, thank you for watching. And yeah.